Dak Prescott is the likely starter for Skip's Cowboys this Sunday. This after being out since week 1 with that thumb injury. Jerry Jones saying on 105.3 The Fan that when Dak does return, he's going to have a better supporting cast around him since the last time he played. Jones said, quote, "We're a better team than we were 5 weeks ago. We've improved the right way." Shannon, what does this tell you?
Yo, the only thing that, Jerry, you're the same team. Your defense gave up 19 points in the first game. They gave up 26 Sunday. Your defense has played great. The question that I have for you, are you going to play the same style of football with Dak as you played with Cooper Rush? Which just means you're going to play to your defense. Now, Dak's going to have to do a great job of not turning the ball over. Sometimes, hey, live to see another day. Don't force it. Realize that, you know what, sometimes the best thing to do is to throw it away or punt the football. But if you're going to play the style, the brand of football that you played in those 5 weeks Dak was absent, yes, you can be a better team. But what Tampa was saying is that we knew you guys wouldn't stick with the run, so we played you to throw the football. So are you going to stick with the run? Or are you going to go back and say, okay, Dak, we played you $40 million. We need you to put up these gaudy numbers. That's a Skip. They're not the better team. The Pro Football Focus hasn't upgraded their receiving core. The running backs is what they are. They have an offensive line that's done a little better job than I thought they would. The rookie is not bad. He's having his growing pains as you move up in competition. You see Brandon Graham had his Aaron Donald. I mean, Skip is going to. Brandon
Graham got him. Aaron Donald really got him twice.
It's trial by fire, Skip.
Yep.
He'll be better for that in the long run. But Skip, I just think the Cowboys adjusted what they do to suit Cooper Rush and what he did, and they played to that strength. Now, if the defense continues to go out there and give up 10, 13 points a game, they should have no problem winning those games. The defense can't have an off game like they had the other night because it's gonna be challenging. Because Skip, it's not like you loaded with playmakers. You're not Buffalo. You don't have that type of an offense. You don't have an offense that can get up and down the field like that. That's not how you're constructed. So for me, Jared said we're a better team. You're the same team. The question is your quarterback going to play the way the other quarterback played to continue to give you the best opportunity to win the game? That's the question. What are they going to do? How is Kellen Moore going to call the game, Skip? Because you and I both know he calls that game different when Dak Prescott's in there as opposed to what Cooper Rush was in there. He better go back to calling it like he had Cooper Rush. He better look at that. That's number 10 out there. Forget Dak is back.
How did he call it on opening night? That's what I want to know.
You saw how he called it, a whole bunch of passes.
We scored 3 total points, right?
Yes.
At least Cooper Rush could get you like 17 or 20, right?
Well, you said it yourself, though, Skip. You was like, Zeke was running the ball pretty good. I don't know why they didn't stick with the run, because that's not what they want to do when Dak's in the game.
What happened against San Francisco in the playoff game? We're down 23-7 after 3 quarters. That's just 7 points. What happened? We had a late flurry that made it semi-respectable, but it was more of the same old with the guy you term middle of the pack, Dak. So my takeaway from what Jerry says about we're a much better team now than we were on opening night, I don't know if it's calculated or unwitting, or I don't know what the method is to the madness here, but he just turned up the bonfire under Dak Prescott.
Right.
That seat he's regained is getting hotter by the second, because all of a sudden it's like, Dak, you're back in the saddle, and the saddle's on fire, man. That's your hottest seat.
We're a better team. You're supposed to be a better quarterback. Give me better results.
Remember, he said last week, I can't wait for Dak to be back, because then we're going to take it up a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are we? Okay, I'm going to say it again. I try to love Dak Prescott, but he's 6-6 in his last 12 starts. He's 18-18 in his last 36 starts.
Right.
He's been brilliant at times. They did have the number 1 offense last year in points and yards.
Yeah.
But down the stretch against your Broncos and at Kansas City and on Thanksgiving Day against the Raiders and against Kyler Murray and in the playoff game, he stunk.
Yeah.
He just stunk.
Right.
I don't know why, but he stunk. So all of a sudden, I'm starting to pity Dak a little bit here, because he gets the break of he gets to ease back in against Lions and Bears.
Well, you know the Lions be coming out their bye week. You know T come out their bye week.
Listen, in this league, the one thing you know better than anybody, there are no gimmies, man. Look at what happened to the Bucs. They weren't ready to play, and are they better in Pittsburgh? Sure, they're better in Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh's the basic wounded tiger team where they're down really 4 DBs, including their best DB, Minka, and they don't have TJ Watt. And all of a sudden, you look up and they lost 20-18. How is that possible?
And Mike Tomlin sold that. He said they believe they coming in here, look at the quarterback going off on, he going to weddings on a Friday night. They sold Skip. You know they gonna sell that now.
Okay, well, you should.
Yes.
Then I saw Gronk on our pregame. He said, oh, Tom's going to decimate that secondary because it was decimated, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, yeah, I got it. And that's probably what Tom thought was going to happen.
Yes.
And it didn't.
Did not.
And all of a sudden, the defense got decimated by Mitch Trubisky, who converts 4th straight third longs. It's impossibly bad. And that's what happens in this league. So is it possible the Lions would come in and put up 30 points? I don't know.
Because they were leading, Skip. They were averaging 30 points a game.
Until they ran into Belichick.
Yes.
Yeah, they were. And the Bears are hit and miss, but their defense is decent, and they sort of hang in. They hang around in all kinds of games. They'll be coming off a Monday night game against Belichick.
Right.
Okay, but the point is, it's like, Dak, you better be great. You bet. However great you used to be, you better immediately be that, because your owner is saying, and I'm with you. I think there's this underlying dislike of Dak. It's like a bitterness. There's something deep down in Jerry's psyche. You don't cross him in a negotiation. You just don't.
Well,
he will forgive you, but he'll never forget.
Well, we read the report about how he and Mr. Kraft. He said, Bob, don't muck with me.
Okay, and that's Jerry Jones. That's the Jerry I know. Because, listen.
And that's your equal. Skip, he's one of the 32 like you, and you telling him don't mess with you. So how do you think Jerry feels if he feels a player has got...
What did Mr. Kraft say back to you? Excuse me? Excuse me? Did you say that to me? Who are you? Who are you?
But hey, you know it.
Because in the end, I'm pretty sure Robert Kraft looks down at Jerry and thinks, this rube from Arkansas, this interloper who can... Listen, Jerry, he's the hick from the sticks, but he is a shrewd operator, and look what he pulled off, right?
Yep.
Okay, so he's also shrewd operating when he speaks on 105.3 in Dallas, because he knows what he's doing. He's saying, okay, I gave you $100 million guaranteed. What's the total? I can't remember.
160.
160. Hundreds guaranteed. The first year, I had to pay you $75 million with your signing bonus added on top. Boy, you better be good now, because this other guy that I threw in there, our backup quarterback, he was actually pretty decent.
Skip, you said we're a better team. The only guy that's back now that wasn't there in opening night is Michael Gallup. That's not like DeAndre Hopkins. D-Hop is coming back for the Arizona Cardinals.
Agreed.
Nobody is going to mistake Mike Gallup for DeAndre Hopkins.
I agree.
So you talk about, we're a better team. Who did you all get when Dak was there that came back other than Michael Gallup that wasn't there in game one?
Okay, and I'm going to reemphasize this point. Dak's security blanket was the guy they franchise tagged at your position, Dalton Schultz.
Yeah.
And he hurt his knee, and he's not been right, and he completely missed the Philadelphia game, and I don't know what his status is going forward, but he's been a ghost. So if he's ghosting Dak from this point on, Dak's going to miss him, because now you're throwing to these kids, these rookies, right?
Hendershot and Ferguson.
Yeah, but you like Jake Ferguson.
I do.
But he's a rookie.
Yeah.
And they had to elevate this McKeon kid from the practice squad. So he's Cooper Rush at Philadelphia against the hottest team, the best defense, the best ball hawks, a team that's running away with takeaway race. He's throwing to 3 guys at tight end and trying to survive.
Right.
And by the way, back to Cooper Rush. If Jerry's saying we're a much better team, well, then you look back at what Cooper Rush did against the Cincinnati Bengals in his first start this year, the second start of his career, at Jerry World, late afternoon start, as I recall, but it was a big national game because they were the AFC defending champs.
Right.
Came close to winning the Super Bowl. Well, Cooper Rush in the last minute of that game, they didn't play conservative. They just let him go bombs away. And he completed 3 fairly long passes in the final 1 minute of that game to set up a walk-off field goal.
Correct.
Okay? Well, he clutched up. And again, if that team wasn't very good at that point and through the next 4 games got better and better as the kids got better and better, as Jerry's trying to point out, well, I look back at Cincinnati, that's the turning point of the whole year. If you lose that one, I don't know what's going to happen because the world had pretty much written off the
You're
Cowboys.
right, but let me ask you a question, Skip. Do you think, because sometimes, like, okay, you got a backup quarterback and he comes in, your defense elevates their play.
I believe that.
Do they slack off now?
I don't know.
Oh, we got Dak
We
back.
got our fearless leader back.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You always like, you wonder because they knew they had to be exceptional.
Because I think they stepped on the field against Cincinnati thinking we could get embarrassed at home.
Mm-hmm.
We could get blown off our field at home because Joe Burrow's pretty good.
Right.
And those three receivers are pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can argue when they're healthy, those three are the best three as a trio.
Yep.
Okay, so the defense rose and shone.
Right.
Okay, and it kept on keeping on.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Will it sort of heave a sigh of relief? Okay, we got through that now.
Oh, we got a guy that can go get. He can go get us 28. He can go get us 31. Okay, we don't have to play. But I don't see what Jerry's saying. We're a better team because I don't see the guy that you brought back. I think you played differently when Cooper Rush was in there as opposed to Dak Prescott. The question that I have: are you going to play? Are you going to go back to playing like you had when Dak was there, or are you going to say, okay, Kellen Moore, call this game very similar to what you called for Cooper Rush?
I just, again, you disagree, but I enjoyed watching Cooper Rush operate the offense.
You enjoy winning.
Okay, I do enjoy winning, but I've told you, does Cooper Rush have a better arm than Dak? No. He doesn't look like Dak, except the offense as a whole, and maybe to your point, they all took it up a level. It operated better than it has been operating under Cooper Rush.